Hello and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to another day, Saturday afternoon. So, we'll be starting in a little while. I hope you can see me, you can hear me, and I'm looking forward to an amazing interaction with all of you. I'm sure all of you must be busy with the Ganapati festival, Ganesh Chaturthi festival celebrations, and having a amazing time so far. And of course, we are almost into the first half of September and end of the second week of September. So again, you must be having a great week, getting ready for the weekend. Some of you must already be on a holiday outside, either or preparing to go on a holiday over a long weekend, because I believe with the Ganesh Chaturthi celebrations, this is going to be a long weekend for most of you. So uh, have a amazing week. Happy Ganesh Chaturthi celebrations, and let's see how it goes. So, as I had mentioned in my post earlier, so we have in our life been making lots of decisions at a different stages, starting from my childhood to as we grow up and as we get on more responsibilities with respect to your work or your profession or even your family life. So I'm sure everybody has his or her own method of arriving at the decisions that they are taking in their life. Some of you must be eh, finding it very easy to take any kind of a decision in life, and some of you must also be struggling to do so. And that is where my topic of the day is. Hi Shipra, how are you? Welcome. So it'll be good too if you can come up and we'll have a nice conversation. So give me a request to join me. It'll be great to connect with you. So in the last couple of days, we have been in my community, at least we have been talking about there are two categories of people when it comes to making decision. Some of them use their head, or they are known as the head centric, and some of them are heart centric. So they use their heart more than the head in making the important decision, or even making taking day to day decisions. And it actually defines our life. It also shapes our decisions. It also shapes our outcomes, and also makes things easy oblique difficult for all of us. So uh, what do I mean by saying that whether you are using your head to take decisions, or whether you are using your head to take decisions? So when it comes to people who use their head more than their heart, what does that mean? That means that you are using your mind, your brain, your thought process, and you uh, do things logically. You think through things. Do you do your research, and after considering everything, you arrive at a decision. Like you don't just go and take decisions instinctively. And on the other hand, the heart-centric people are those who use their heart, whose decisions are also at times based upon the emotions that they are going through. Or we also say you go by your gut or your gut feeling when it comes to taking important decisions. So, my point of today's discussion is as to how do you go about taking these kind of decisions in your life? What do you do? Do you use your heart or do you use your head? And each, I would say, uh, what you call method has its pros and cons. And you cannot take all decisions based upon your heart or listening to your heart, and you cannot take all your decisions just listening to your mind. You Some of them have to be uh, 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 what you call mix of these also. At times you have to strike a balance between your head and heart when it comes to decision making or related to your life. And at times you will be in a situation wherein you have to go by your logic, you have to go by your research, you have to think through everything, consider everything that is related to the outcome that you're looking for. And at times it happens that you have to go by your instinct, you use your heart and what your heart says. For example, the easiest thing when it comes to heart-centric decision is for a person to fall in love. They will go by their heart. They don't think about too much about from their brain or like uh, 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 think about the consequences. If you like a person, you like that person, and that is how it goes. So how does it affect our life? So anybody who are watching, hi Sunny, hi Aditi, good to see you guys. And how are you doing? How's everything at your end? And I remember Sunny, I spoke to you a couple of just 2 days back. So do you want to come up and share your thought process on what do you do when it comes to taking important decision in your life? Do you go by heart or do you go by instinct or do you use the head more? So it'll be great if you can come up and join me in this conversation. And in the meanwhile, while we wait for others to join in, more audience. So one more thing that comes to my mind when it comes to taking decisions in our life is that the, the, if you are a heart-centric person, then for you, logic is very important. Reasoning is very important. And so you do tend to look for logic, look for reasoning, and your decisions are every day, a single decision is decided by that. Whereas if you are listening to your heart, at times instinctive decisions are more driven by your heart than your head. And especially when it comes to your relationship with your near and dear ones, or when it comes to emotional decisions, you use your heart more than your head. And also, when you're feeling stuck or you're feeling uncertain, that is the time you use a heart, you listen to your heart. So would any one of you want to come up and share your thoughts about what do you listen to your heart or do you listen to your head when it comes to making important decision in your life? It'll be great if any one of you would want to You say that I think since I was younger, I realized that logical oblique head was guided me to has guided me to better decision in life. But with family and loved ones, I listen to my heart. Yes, absolutely. So when it comes to emotional decisions, then you use your heart more than your head. And when it comes to important decisions in life, whether it is related to your career, whether it is related to your work, then you use your head more than your heart. So yes, that is a very very great point that you have brought up. And anything else you would want to add other than what I have spoken when it comes to making the decision using your heart or head, or mm, uh, uh, can you, in circumstances, use both your heart and head? Yeah. And one more thing I realize is that at times there are certain situations where then you don't have time running against time when you have to take instinctive decisions. You do depend upon your knowledge and your experience, but still you go by your heart uh, uh, to take important decisions. So to just give you a recap, when it comes to when do you use your heart? You use your heart for uh, uh, decisions which are related to your intuition and emotions. When you want to cultivate self-love and self-acceptance, that is the time you will use the heart. When it comes to nurturing meaningful relationships, again you listen to your heart. And when it comes to pursuing your passions and interests that bring joy to you, that is where you are using your heart more than your head. And another important thing is when you are practicing empathy, compassion, and kindness, then you will listen to your heart then more than to your head. However, when it comes to you using your head, then you have to set clear goals and priorities. You will use your head. When you have to make informed decisions, then again you think through these. When you have to develop any problem solving skills, then again your head comes into play then more than the heart. And also when you're practicing critical thinking and discernment, the again your head plays a more active role than in your heart. And when it comes to embracing lifelong learning and personal growth, again your head plays a important role. However, you must also have realized that there are situations wherein in your life, you have to listen to your heart and head both, or at times there is a conflict uh, 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 going on in your mind as to what do I do. Thank you, Aditi. Great interacting with you, and looking forward to see you again. Hi, Yuvraj, would you join me? Uh, Hi, Arya. How are you? Good, good, good to see you here. So,
Hello,
yeah. Hi, Arya. How are you?
I'm doing
Welcome.
well. Thank you. How are you?
Good, good, good to see you. Long time.
Long time, actually, long time.
Yeah. So, how's it going for you, Arya?
It's going well. I have recently started my life coaching course.
Okay.
So, all hyped up and pumped up to
Oh,
get this in.
wonderful.
Hello.
And are you back in Pune or are you still in Bangalore?
I am in Kerala as of now, recently
Okay.
shifted to the northernmost tip of Kerala,
Oh,
Kasaragod.
wow.
But yeah, like I was in Pune 2 weeks back.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
Oh,
but then it was
okay.
for a short time.
That's
So I
great.
the
So we
session.
missed you.
I missed your live session. What was it about?
So today I was talking about as to what do you do when it comes to decision making in your life, when it comes to taking important decisions, whether you listen to your heart more or do you listen to your head more. So if I ask you, Arya, what do you do? Do you go by a heart or do you go by a head, or do you think too much about taking when it comes to making important decisions in your life?
I think I want to go to like listen to my heart first, but then the head comes first always because I think it's more like there are a lot of activities, lot of things that going on in your life, right? So you
Yeah,
cannot just jump into taking decisions.
absolutely.
But then it is the the quote I was just going through today. If you don't think that you're happy,
Yeah.
uh, then like what is the point of doing what you're doing, right? So it has
Hmm.
to be a combination of both. I
Yeah,
feel like there are practicalities as well, but there are your aspirations that also needs to be taken into picture. So
absolutely.
I believe it's a combination of both.
And one more thing which I came to my mind, Arya, when I was thinking about this was that when it comes to certain important decisions wherein you need logic, you need experience, or whether it is related to maybe some important landmarks in your life, then you listen to you use your head more. And when it comes to a decision which are more emotion based, let's say for example, when it comes to relation between you and your family, or when it comes to human relationship, which is not based on profession, then your heart plays an important role. So what is your take on this?
Absolutely. There's one thing that I would like to add to. Whatever happens, like I have this E plus R is equals to O theory. So E is the events, O
Uh-huh.
is the outcome, R
Okay.
is the response.
Yeah.
So like you have quoted two examples. One is like more in terms of logic. One is more in terms
Hmm.
of relations, family. I believe that both the situations, event cannot be changed,
Yeah.
and outcome all depends on how you respond.
Hmm.
So let it be based on your heart or on your mind. One has to be very conscious in terms of how you respond
Yeah.
because you cannot change the outcome, you cannot change the event, right?
Absolutely.
So like you rightly said that when you were talking about your family, about your relations, you think with your heart, but then what happens is you cannot go back to what you do, right? Because if
Mm.
emotions is affecting your decision,
Absolutely.
emotion is inversely proportional to intelligence, I feel.
Yeah.
Most of the times. So before you respond, I believe you need to uh, take a pause. If you cannot, if your emotions is overpowering you, then not deal with that situation at that point of time. Take 5 minutes break and
Yeah.
then come back. Of course, that's
Absolutely.
something I feel.
And one more thing, Arya, I realized was that especially we as coaches, when it comes to us, when we are coaching or when we are working with a client, there if we listen to our heart more than our head, I think we are able to go deeper into the issues or challenges that our clients are facing, and we are also able to help them arrive at the solutions also to those challenges. So, what is your thought about that?
Of course, because you always have a like, structured answer to things.
Yeah.
Unless and until a person is going through that issue or that phase, um, and like we are the observer in that phase, right? Like if a person is
Mm.
going through a course of event, we as an observer, if that person has this textbook answer,
Yeah.
then he will not be able to understand what that person is going through, and we will
Uh,
not be able to help that person.
mm.
So it is like two ways. As a coach, it is helpful to deep dive into what the person is going through,
Mm.
and for the coachee, it is helpful if the coachee is actually open and say that, okay, what is going on in the mind. Emotions of course come up, but if the person is not sharing,
Absolutely.
yeah, what is it, so it is very difficult.
Yeah. And one more thing, Arya, is that many times in our life, especially our important life-changing decisions, if we take decisions based on our only our emotions, then we tend to face difficulties, or we tend to struggle in our life. However, if we use both our head and heart,
Yeah.
then it becomes easier. So, what do you say? Think? What is your thought process about that?
Of course. Um, so first of all, I feel that one must trust one's gut. So
Yeah.
any issue or any phase, anything that's going on in your life, you have some one person think back of your mind that this is going to happen or this might happen.
Mm,
You are never like in a surprising position. You
absolutely.
know that's happening. So it's more about being conscious,
Hmm.
and when you have to react to situation, you may not react at that phase, right? Like
Hmm.
some people, every person is different, you might not react at that phase, but if you do not react at that phase and you want to deal with that issue or
Hmm.
that problem or with that phase of your life, you need to, I always say that you need to use a pen and a paper, write
Yeah.
it down,
Hmm.
because when you write it down, your thoughts are more clear and you have clarity. So
Yeah.
if it is
Absolutely.
emotional or if it is intellectual, whatever it is, if you write it down, you are conscious that okay, this is my emotional hat, this is my intellectual hat, and then you try to correlate and you try to make sense out of it.
Yeah.
So both are absolutely important, but if you chart it out with a pen and a paper or on a chalk and a board or anything,
Yeah.
um, life gets easier.
Yeah, I fully resonate with you on this, Arya, because when we put our thoughts down using a pen and a paper, so it actually helps us get the clarity, and it also helps us put whatever is going in our mind in a much more effective manner. And thereafter, once you have written it down, then you have read it, and then you have considered all the pros and cons, and then it makes your job easier, taking or arriving at a logical conclusion about whatever that challenge or problem that you're facing. Uh, and On the other hand, when it comes to you might have also gone through this situation, and there are many times that we are into a situation wherein we are forced to take instantaneous decisions. Either
Hmm.
use your instinct or use your gut, and you do not have the luxury of the time to think about it. Then, if you go by gut feeling, you find that that decision also turns out to be right 99% of the time. What is your experience in this particular situation?
Absolutely. Because if you had a gut feeling about that, you must have foreseen things and you must have, like, it might not be in such a way that you knew that this would happen to you. But if you
Yeah.
have a gut feeling and if you had seen, like in a movie, in someone else's life, or just in a reel, that
Mm.
kind of example, you are kind of mentally prepared, you know there could be a case that you would react in a different way, and when it happens to you, you might react differently. That is
Absolutely.
also there, but you know that when this happens, what could happen. Like, you know the consequences of situation, you know consequences of your reaction also.
Yeah.
So I agree with you on that.
And Arya, one more thing which I realize what happens is many times uh, when we are faced in a situation. Hi, Jyoti, how are you? Welcome.
Hi, Colonel.
So we have
Good,
Jyoti
good.
also with us
Hello.
joining in. So Jyoti, we were talking about what do you use more in taking important decisions in your life, your head or your heart? And I'll like to invite you to share your thoughts about it. What do? You use your head or you use your heart more?
So, Colonel, as you already are aware, I'm a challenger and I'm a gut triad. So, everything I do it with my gut. And I'll tell you, I joined this session of yours just to share an important perspective. I was going through the client in week 2 just now, 12, right now here it is approximately 1:10 something in Kenya. So I
Okay.
took this client 1 hour 43-minute session and we were talking about the change. Okay, baselines, non-expression. Then we talked about change. What is that one change that you do where your baselines are not being met? And he came up with beautiful insights. He was earning some X shillings here, and he was trying to increase his income, go to next school to increase his income to 1 lakh and something. But right now, what he did is he created a proposal that there are not much advanced computers in his school. So he got in touch with a company who can provide computers at a cheaper rate, and then he can act as a middleman wherein he has certain cuts. So one change about how can you increase your income, it brought a remarkable change in me also. Like, we have stopped thinking about what are the ways, what are the options available to us. We are so much into cribbing and crying and sobbing our heart out that environment is not favorable, people are not favoring us, and all these things. But what is in your capacity that you can do? And definitely, when you have your heart helping you, when you have your gut helping you, when you, as Arya just said, that when you sit down and write everything, that's when the solutions come. What all you can do to get out of this situation to earn that extra income, people call it a second source or a third source, but that's how you can utilize what is inside of you to bring out the best. So that was really amazing. Hi, Aruna ma'am.
How are you?
Good, good. So we have a full quorum of four of us here on this. So Arya, just to let you know, Arya is one of my community from MBA batch of Pumba, and she's also a coach. And Jyoti and Aruna are also my colleagues or coaches from our other communities. So it is
The
great,
world is a small place now.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
I know.
And I'm so
and,
happy.
we are seeing Aruna ji after a very, very long time. She
Because
had gone
these
into
people keep
hibernation.
asking me, calling me, but they don't connect at all because
I
they are
know.
so busy in their own lives.
So,
Especially, I would
Aruna
say
ji,
that to Jyoti.
so see, Jyoti is in Kenya, Aruna is in Hyderabad, Arya is in Kasargod, I am in Pune, and so four different places. However, we are on the same platform.
Arya, where is it? Where are
I'm in
you?
Kerala, northern tip
Kerala.
of Kerala.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Nice.
So,
Nice. So
so
the world is covered, sir.
Yeah.
absolutely. Yeah.
Aruna, you need to
So
be
we
on my
were.
live. You know that. Aruna, 30
Yeah,
Uh,
I need
minutes.
to be, but whenever you are calling me, I'm not available. Whenever I'm available, you're not there.
So we were
So
having a very,
we
very
are
interesting
actually
conversation with Arya Arunaji, and we were just actually this thing came to my mind today morning. I was sitting and we had been also discussing about it in our mastermind sessions with Arfin as to what do who you listen to in your life. Do you listen to your heart more or do you listen to your head more?
I think we have to balance it out, certainly. It is not
Yeah.
that only one thing works for us all the time, because
Mhm.
professionally we have to be with the mind, and personally we have to be with our heart. That is what I believe in.
Yes.
So, because relationships work with your heart
Mhm.
and profession works with your mind, so it has to be a balancing out thing. We are always on those eggshells, walking on them and balancing out both the things. So that is a word that the world works, I think. That's my
Yeah.
perspective. Maybe people are more with their hearts or more with their heads. It can be their own take.
Yes, so I agree on that with you, Runaji, that we should have we I try or strive to strike a balance between your head and heart. And as you mentioned, that there are certain situations wherein you have to use your head more, and there are certain situations where is you have to use your heart more. And one more thing that even Arya was mentioning about it was when it comes to your personal family relationship or where emotions are involved, that is where you listen to your heart. But where when it comes to your professional life, or when it wherever you have to take a very, very important decision in your personal life also, say for example financial decisions or decisions related to your career or any other life changing decision. Even for example, say if you're going out and buying a car, then you will listen to your head. You will do your research. You will do everything, consider all aspects, and then take a decision. However, the easiest thing which I was thinking about is when you fall in love, you use the heart more than anything else. Then you don't have to think. You'll just it's
No.
just
Most
you know.
of your mistakes in your life happen due to your heart, and most of the successes happen with your head.
That's true.
Because success comes when you are using your brain, you're using your head, and you're strategizing the things, and you're working towards your goals, right?
Mhm.
So then you have to certainly use your head and not your heart much.
Mhm.
And of course, when you are sitting with your loved ones, you use your heart more, certainly, and you fall into the trap and you keep giving more as compared to receiving much.
Yeah. So I was also asking Arya one more thing as coaches, like because all of us are coaches. So when it comes to coaching when you're working with the clients, then what do you do? Do you use your head or do you use your heart?
It's totally head, sir. I use my head.
Okay. Yeah. What about
Because
you,
if
Jyoti?
I start using my heart, then what happens is then I fall into their own problems and I start diving into them and getting affected by their problems more as compared to dealing with the solutions.
Uh-huh. Okay.
Right, that's my own this thing. That's how I work. So to keep
Okay.
myself stable and safe, I use my brain more than my heart over there.
Okay. That's great. What about you, Jyoti? What do you do when it comes
Okay,
to
Yes,
excuse me.
working
Bye
with your
bye for
clients?
now.
yeah, Colonel.
We'll
Okay.
connect some other time.
Thank you,
Bye.
Aruna.
Yeah.
Thank you so
Bye. Thank you for
much. Bye
joining
bye.
in.
Stay
Bye bye.
blessed.
Take care.
God bless.
Bye.
So
Yeah,
yeah,
Jyoti.
Colonel, if I talk about me, I start with my head that these are the activities that I need my client to go through, and I should be hand-holding, be accountable on what he's doing. But there is a moment that comes when the client starts sharing his, traumas or experiences from age 11, 13, 15. That's when you cannot use your head. You are somewhere connected to the pain points of your clients, and that's when the heart comes into picture. So I start with head, but automatically, and that's why most of my sessions go 1.5 hour to 2 hour. because I have a habit of learning and listening to their pain. And if you listen to the pain, that's when you will be in a situation to help them overcome it. Because in today's world, all people need is a listening ear. They are deprived of those ears. Everyone is in a rush to give some sort of gyan. But we are not here to give gyan. We are here to hear the pain and then give the let the solution comes from within.
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Yeah, Arya, let's come back to you. Yeah. What is your take on it, head versus heart? What would you go by when it comes to working with your clients, when you're, especially in your coaching?
So it
So Arya,
is a
before
combination.
that,
Again, I would
I
get
would like to tell
back.
you,
Uh-huh.
Arya,
Yes,
wait.
please.
I'd like to tell you, you have a beautiful smile. You're looking gorgeous.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And like I would like to just reciprocate or agree to what you just mentioned, Jyoti, because it's a combination of both. One is like, of course, you have to be practical and you need to stay calm because of what the client or the coachee is going through. But then, if you don't think from heart, then you cannot be empathetic, I believe. So it is a combination of both. I mean, to keep yourself stronger, you have to have the intelligence or the more practical side. But then, if you want to relate or you want to understand or be in the shoes of the coachee, you need to bring the softer part of your self as well.
Absolutely.
So
And while you were saying the sharing your thoughts, Arya and Jyoti, one more thing came to my mind is like every coach has their own way of working. Or the process that you follow when you're working with a client. So that process is obviously head driven because you have defined in your mind as to how you're going to take your client through what all steps you're going to follow. And so it is just what I would say, it is more like a structure that you have created for your coaching process. However, when you actually start working with a client, and as you mentioned, when you start listening to them, and when you start understanding what exactly are they trying to tell you, uh, then then of course you do have to use your heart also, and because there's no fixed solution or fixed method to uh, the process when it comes to helping them find solutions, because as it is we are trying to empower our clients and we are not giving them solutions. So when we are trying to empower our clients to find solutions to their challenges, of course your heart does come into play when it comes to your coaching. And otherwise in our personal life and also in our professional life also, what I have experienced earlier, and now that we have all been together in the same field, and while we are working together as collaborating with each other and also working with our clients, we realize that the importance of striking a balance between your head and heart is very, very crucial. And if you are able to do that, then it can be like I was recently trying to uh, create a video on how you can use your heart and head to get the best result. So it is like at the end it came to that it came to the conclusion. It's like dancing with your partner, wherein you're making your head and heart dance together to create a tango. So that was very, very, very nice metaphor which I learned through this process. So what is your take on this?
Jyoti, do you want to go ahead first?
Yeah, so exactly what's Colonel Aditya said, it has to be a collaborative effort of both the parts. And we go with an intention. So intention is to help the clients. It doesn't matter that, you are following certain steps, you have to follow a particular thing. You are following that. But considering the fact that we all are human beings, we certain at certain point of time that empathy, that compassion comes into picture, and that's when the heart comes in. So yes, Colonel Aditya, you're absolutely right.
Uh, just like you mentioned about tango, it's all about rhythm, right? I mean, when we are
Yeah.
dancing, two steps here, two steps there. So, two steps of heart, two steps of mind. It has to be both of it. Yeah, I agree to this.
So Arya and Jyoti, thank you very much for joining in and sharing your thoughts on this very, very interesting subject. We can, there's no end to it, but as a parting gift to our audience who are listening to us, what would be your one what you call um, uh, takeaway or a hack for them to create that perfect or ideal balance between heart and head to get the best out of any situation that they face in your life, and they make better decisions and not only make better decisions but also get the result that they are looking for. So, what would be your one takeaway? Let's start with the youngest first, Arya, then Jyoti.
Uh, I would just say be self-conscious.
Uh-huh.
I mean, external factors, of course, like it will overwhelm us, but you should be self-conscious about what you are feeling at that point. And like I mentioned, responding the way you respond, everything is dependent on that, and the outcome is dependent on that. So when you are self-conscious, you are aware of, like, what should you, like, do you need to be practical, or do you need to be, like, empathetic, or do you
Mhm.
need to understand what that person in front of you is going through? Because sometimes it's gray, like the reason why the person in front of you has been doing this, or reacting in a certain way, uh, doesn't mean that that person is black or white, right or wrong. So
Mhm.
responding, being self-conscious about how you are feeling and why this event, what has led to this event, what is the gray area, you need to understand. So be self-aware about yourself, and then take the decision of, like, okay, at this phase it is very difficult, but you can get there if you if you're into self-love, and if you uh, know who you are. Yeah.
Yeah, so you brought two, three very, very important things, Arya. One is self-consciousness, self-awareness, self-love, and what was the last point you said?
um, yeah, knowing yourself.
Knowing yourself, yes. So when we are aware of ourselves and we are conscious about our own self, and we express self-love, then it becomes easier for us to take those strike a balance between our head and heart, and create a rhythm or what do you call that, tango, it comes to dancing terms. Yes, absolutely. Yeah, Jyoti, what about you? What is your one
Yeah, Colonel,
uh,
thanks for asking. This is very
thing?
important aspect of that I always, when people talk to me, so there are certain introverts, certain extroverts. There is a
Mm,
way to express themselves. There is a way different people, different coaches take clients through different patterns, right? Or different processes. But what I believe is if your intention is correct, the process
mm,
or the program doesn't matter, right? So I'll tell you,
absolutely.
I'll give you an example. You have an intention of earning money. right? What is the intention? What is the reason you want to show off? You want to flash off a car, an Audi or a Mercedes? What is your intention? Or to give a sober life to your family, your wife, your husband, your kids? What is your intention? If you ask your intention to yourself, it will be easier for you to connect with people. And we are social beings. So, if you
Yes.
talk about social media, a lot of people just go on Instagram, LinkedIn, and they are in a habit of just creating connections, creating followers. Okay, I agree. You have 31,000 followers on any particular platform. What is your intention of creating? What is the value
Mm.
that you are adding to them? So, when you are so clear about the intention, everything falls into place. I'll give you an example. If you talk about Sachin Tendulkar, Amitabh Bachchan, the masters in their industry, intention is to play, their intention is to act, and then money is a byproduct. So, if your
Absolutely.
intention is to help coaches, if our intention is to help clients or help people, there are a lot of times wherein we have done that for peanuts or minimum amount, but our
Mm.
intention is to help them, right? Even if you are
Absolutely.
giving a discount, if you're losing some money according to you, but you are intending to help someone, that person will go out in the universe and send you 100 people. So, what is your
Absolutely.
intention? As a coach, our intention is to help them be the best version of themselves. Thank you so much, Colonel.
Thank you, Jyoti. Thank you very much. And yes, intention, it all starts from intention. What is your intention at what you are doing and why you are taking a particular decision? And also, that will also define whether you need to use your head or heart or both. And of course,
Mhm.
if your intention is to get the best out of every situation and give equal importance to both, then of course you will get the desired results that you're looking for, and you will also impact lives in a much productive way. You'll be able to create an impression out there. You'll be able to create your own credibility and own style. So it all that is one part, and also uh, depending upon person to person with whom you are working, and depending upon the circumstances that are there, you will accordingly change or the pattern or uh, uh, use whether what is more important. So here, I think mental flexibility is something which comes to my mind. If you have that mental flexibility to take that one step backward or one step forward to strike a balance between your head and heart, I think we'll be able to create amazing results, and we'll be able to create amazing empowerment in our clients as coaches, and also in everybody else's life who are around us as part of our inner or outer circle and who we come into contact with. So thank you very much, Arya. Thank you very much, Jyoti. It was an amazing interaction, and I'm looking forward to see you again next Saturday, 4 p.m. again. So thank you, our audience, also for joining us. And I see that there are a lot of great comments and appreciation for Arya. Arya, you have created a great impression upon our audience, and so keep doing that. Thank you, and wish you all the very best. And so,
Okay.
if our audience want us to talk about anything in particular, they can also mention that. We will be very happy to do so. And looking forward to see you next Saturday. Have a great weekend, extended weekend here in India because of the Ganpati celebrations. So, have a great Ganesh Chaturthi, and see you again soon. Thank you. Bye, and take care. Bye
Thank
bye. Thank you,
you.
Arya. Thank you,
Bye.
Jyoti. Bye bye.